Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. The news spread gently at first, then all at once. Joan Vassos, the woman who stole hearts across the country with her tenderness, maturity, and quiet sparkle, finally confirmed what so many fans had been whispering about. Her journey with Chock Chapple had come to an end. And today, we explore that story. Not as gossip, not as drama, but as a warm, romantic, surprisingly humorous, and deeply human chapter in Joan's life. People often imagine love stories as perfect little packages tied up neatly with a bow. But real love, the kind that grows after decades of life, family, responsibilities, joy, and grief, is much richer. Joan's heart had already lived 1,000 lives before she even stepped into the spotlight. She brought with her a blend of elegance and vulnerability that instantly made everyone root for her. Chock Chapple entered the picture like a breath of fresh air. With his charm, gentle humor, and soft-spoken confidence, he and Joan seemed almost like a pair written into existence by some romantic novelist who specialized in second chances. Fans loved the way he made her laugh, especially those little moments when Joan tried to keep a straight face, but Chock would drop one of his signature dad jokes and she'd crumble into giggles. For a while, everything looked picture perfect. They appeared at events, supporting one another in the subtle, comforting way that only grown adults in love can truly understand. They weren't trying to impress anyone. They weren't trying to build a fantasy. They were simply trying to be two real people, figuring out how to blend their lives. But life, as always, had its own plans. Behind the scenes, both Joan and Chock were juggling family commitments, personal responsibilities, and the pressure of being in the public eye. It wasn't the spotlight itself that caused strain. It was how little space it left for quiet moments, real conversations, and the slow, steady foundation a lasting relationship requires. Joan, with her graceful honesty, recognized the shift first. She felt it in tiny moments, the kind you can't quite describe to anyone, but you feel them quietly tugging on your heart. The kind that say, something here needs attention. And Chock, to his credit, listened. He always listened. They talked. Not the kind of dramatic, tear-filled conversations people imagine, but thoughtful, gentle, compassionate talks. The kind of talks that come from love, not anger. They laid their concerns on the table, not as accusations, but as two mature adults acknowledging that their paths were slowly pulling in different directions. And, in the end, they made the decision together. A decision that surprised fans, saddened many, but also reminded the world of something beautiful. That love, even when it changes shape, can still be meaningful, respectful, and full of gratitude. Joan confirmed the separation with a sense of clarity and warmth. She wasn't bitter. She wasn't defeated. She wasn't running from the story. She faced it the way she has faced everything else in her life, with courage. People sometimes forget that endings can also be beginnings. Joan's announcement wasn't a tragedy. It was simply a new page, a new chapter. And if we've learned anything from Joan, it's that she has a way of surprising the world. Just when people think they've seen the final chapter, she turns a page and reveals something even more beautiful, even more heartfelt, and sometimes even more hilarious than before. She's a woman of depth, of warmth, of quiet sunshine. Who knows what's next? Maybe a journey focused entirely on self-love. Maybe reconnecting with new people. Maybe rediscovering old dreams she never had time to chase. Maybe, just maybe, a romance that shows up when she least expects it, just like the best stories always do. For now, though, we honor this moment. A moment of truth, a moment of sincerity, A moment that reminds us all that relationships don't have to last forever to be meaningful, that endings don't have to be filled with bitterness, that sometimes two good people simply choose different paths, and that's okay. Joan Vassos has proven again and again that she is resilient, hopeful, and endlessly inspiring. Whether she's facing love, loss, challenges, or opportunities, she moves with her heart open. And that's exactly why fans continue to adore her. Her journey continues, her light continues, and the world watches with anticipation, curiosity, and affection, ready to see what this remarkable woman creates next. And to everyone who has followed Joan's story, supported her, admired her strength, and celebrated her joy, you're part of this journey too. You keep the conversation alive, you keep the energy flowing, and you remind her that she's never walking alone. The chapter with Chock Chapple has closed, but the book is far from finished. And if we know anything about Joan, the next chapter is going to be unforgettable. Stay tuned, stay hopeful, and stay ready, because Joan Vassos is just getting started. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.